I am so annoyed that so many women are hating on Bin, because he said he wanted somebody who was financially free and who had a good relationship with their family. I just don't understand why women don't understand that men also have things that they like and want in a woman. I'll give an example. I want a man that's 6 feet tall, 6'5", make $150,000 a year. I want him to have a nice car, a nice house. I want him to provide for me and pay all my bills, right? You meet this man and he said, "Well, I don't want a woman with kids." Oh, what's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? Who hurt you? Somebody hurt you. That's why you ain't want a woman with kids. And I'm like, maybe he just don't want a woman with children. Maybe he just wants to have his own family and find a woman that doesn't have any kids, who fits with everything he wants, and they can build their lives together. I just don't understand why some women, 95% of women, do not understand that a man also has a vision of what he wants in a wife. And so poor Bing is getting all the hate. So I'm going to read some of these comments, and I'm like, are you for real? Like, with all this stuff women say we want with men, and they say 2 or 3 things they don't want in us, and it's like, he's the devil because he don't want a woman with kids, or he don't want a woman over a size 6, or whatever it is. I don't understand why we don't understand that. It's Tuesday morning, I think. I thought about maybe I'm gonna come on live today, but Vacation Bible School begins. We already have our shirts out with the children. Vacation Bible School. We're gonna be doing Vacation Bible School. The mighty God, the mighty God. So I might not be able to come on. I think Vacation Bible School lasts about an hour. We're doing it at home, so it's not gonna last longer than an hour. So I might not be able to come on. So please be sure to subscribe, thumbs up, share this out. I'm going to run through all the couples and tell you what I was annoyed this week. But this week, my biggest annoyance is the way poor Bing is getting. I really like Bing, with the exception of him being cheap. I really do hope that my little boy is somewhat like him, but not be cheap. Okay. So be sure to subscribe, thumbs up. Thank for those of you who join my Patreon. Show me love in my Patreon on my books and my reviews. Thank you, thank you, thank you. The 23 Tesla guys is almost at 200 reviews, so I really appreciate you and love you. And I was thinking I should go and do some Facebook ads. I haven't done Facebook ads in a while, so I'm gonna go do some Facebook ads and maybe I can get some more likes. Okay, this person said, I have to say, Bing makes me mad. He's acting like Morgan is not his type because he wanted someone close to their family. It is not her fault her dad left her. That does not make her a bad person. This angers me so much. I'm not a fan of Morgan, but that's not her fault. How can anyone hold something like that against a person? My mom left me when I was little, so does done us a favor. So I'm not looking for sympathy, but that in no way makes me a bad person. Some people, because right, it doesn't make her a bad person, but that's not what he wants. And it's okay that Ben wants a woman who has a close-knit family, who has a good relationship with her family. Why is that not okay? Can somebody explain to me why it's not okay for him to want that? Why it's not okay for him to want somebody who is financially free? I didn't want somebody who's in all this debt. I didn't want you if you was drowned in debt. Why is it not okay? It doesn't make her a bad person, but it makes her someone he doesn't want. And it's okay. And ladies, I really believe if women can get this one thing in your head, that you might think this guy is great for you. You might have went out on a date, had a wonderful time, but you don't know everything this man wants. And it could be one thing that turned him off from you. And it's okay. I just want you to know it is okay, because one day you are going to meet somebody who is going to love you and accept you for who you are. I'm sure a lot of guys passed me up because I had a kid, but one day, one sweet day, the Lord sent somebody my way who didn't mind taking me and my kid, but I didn't lead with her either. Okay? So now they're saying he's a certified POS. He seemed quite judgmental. Now, when I hear judgmental, this is my problem with people quoting the Bible. You have heathens quoting the Bible who don't believe the Bible. And what I've started to do now, when they say you so judgmental, I ask them, where did you get that from? Did you get it from the Bible? Do you believe the Bible? Do you believe the God of the Bible? The Bible also says repent and be baptized. Are you repenting and being baptized? In my devotional this morning, y'all, I read about it. Talks about the qualities. This is an old devotional. I mean, it's so old, it's yellow. Okay, it talks about the qualities that please God, and talked about Job, how Job hated evil, how Job was perfect, but that not perfect without sinless, but he was he mature, and that Job feared God. These are the things that please God. So when people are quick to say stop being judgmental, my first thing is, where did you get that from? Did you get that from the Bible? And have you repented of your sins? And have you been baptized? I know you're not talking about judgmental. You shacking up, popping babies out with every man you lay with. I am starting to say that these days because I'm so sick and tired of people misquoting scriptures and pulling out one verse to try to prove a point, but you're proving it out of context. Because when I hear judgmental, it means to me, based on the information you have, you make a decision. I was very judgmental in my dating. Oh, you ain't got no job? Make a decision based on this man don't have a job. You got 55 kids? Make a decision based on him having 55 kids, okay? He's so judgmental. He's a certified POS. Somebody said, I think it's because of the nursing thing. He's a freaky mama boy. I love this, and I commented to this person. She said, I don't think he's faulting her or necessarily anybody for the dynamics in her family. I think what he is saying is that he had hope for somebody who had a family that had the same core values as a family, who had a family that had the same core values as his family. To me, it's just like when a woman says she wants to see how a man treats his mother before she gets involved with him. I don't think he's looking down on her. I don't think he's judging her. I think he was just stating what his hopes are. Exactly. You know what I mean? I didn't want a man who he was the first generation trying to dig out of poverty, because I understood he's going to want me to work 55 jobs and pay bills. I wanted a man whose mother was being loved and provided for by his daddy. And if a man his mother wasn't loved and provided for by his daddy, I was not interested. And I was not interested because he did not have a vision of how a wife should be treated. So I was out. So boys raised by single mamas, not interested. You don't know how to treat her. Your daddy left you and your mama. And mama's working 55 jobs to keep a roof over your head. So you think that's what a wife is supposed to be. No. I wanted a man whose mother was being loved and adored and provided for by the dad. Okay. So we could have went out, had a wonderful time, laughed, he, attracted to each other. But because you was raised by your mama with no daddy, I wasn't interested. I wouldn't call him no more. Okay. Somebody else said, I think Bing has a right to his opinion. Some believe that the lack of close relationship with a family member, especially a father, is a clue to that develop a close bond with any man. And I agree with him. Not saying it is her fault. It's not. But it is what it is, and that's what he wants. It's okay, y'all. It's okay that he doesn't want that. And ladies, I'm trying to help you to get it in your head that it's okay. She said, this person, people who have superficial rules about their spouse don't belong on this show, and they keep showing up. It's not superficial. It's not superficial. I don't think it's superficial. That's just not the person for him, and it's okay. Somebody say he's a sugar honey iced tea head. Somebody say he is probably just scared of women with daddy issues, and the way she is acting up already probably cemented his fears. Somebody else says, I've met people like Bing. They think having a close knit family means you have a strong, healthy relationship with them. That's not always the case. Sometimes they don't understand boundaries between husband and wife and often create more issues. So it's okay. So he needs to go choose a Bing instead. No, it's okay if she's not in. My comment was, and that doesn't mean he has to stay with her either. If she doesn't fit what he wants, he has the right to walk away. People forget the jingle that says at the end of 8 weeks, they will make the decision to either stay married or get a divorce. So technically, they are married. I say this every season. The couples are married, but technically they're dating. What is dating? They are gathering data in order to make the decision to stay married or get a divorce. We know most people stay married so they can get the money. Okay. Shout out to Marquise. Hey, Marquise. He said, you are correct, but we all know that marriage is dead. It's dead. I don't know why Morgan want to get married. I don't understand. Is it to get a certified dickling? I understand it. Her wanting to get married makes no sense to me. None. You don't want to be bothered when you come home. You want the man. It's like Morgan and Stacia want an accessory. That's what they want. Okay, they want an accessory. Now, was anybody else annoyed? If you watched was anybody else annoyed when Thirsty Stacia made the picnic for the bum and there was an ant or a fly, and he got up and ran and she's over there hitting? I said, no, she didn't. Girl, I'm telling you, I've been watching Married at First Sight since season 1. There may be 1 or 2 seasons I watched the beginning and I fell out in the beginning, in the middle, and in the end, come back in the end. But I have never seen such thirstiness and desperation of women on this show. Never. Instead of the Dusty trying to get what was coming for them, he running, and she, the man, is hitting it like she's the dude. I just cannot with her. I just cannot with Stacia. She needs extensive counseling. And was anybody else annoyed when she was projecting on Lindy? Huh? Was anybody else annoyed when Lindy was sharing that her and Miguel had sex, and Stacia starts crying, talk about, oh, there's a lot of inconsistency here because you said you didn't want to have sex, and how you go from wanting to have sex to not wanting to do sex because he did this. Who wouldn't have been? If I was Lindy, I would have been bam. After that massage, legs up. and talk about, I just want to make sure. And knowing you done screwed your husband on the wedding night. I don't believe they just went to bed after that. I don't care what y'all say. There is no way in hell they just went to sleep after that. Okay, gonna talk about, because there's been time when I listen to what she said. I mean, I think Stacia is worse than Paige in the desperation department, okay? She said, I've been in situations where I've had to choose, this is maybe my word, to have sex, or basically to let them go. This is my explanation so you can understand. So, Stacia, you had a choice. Your mate gave you a choice. The boyfriend, the boy toy, the dusty, whoever gave you a choice. Have sex or I'm going to leave. And you chose to have sex to keep him. But he ended up leaving you anyways. You trying to project that on Lindy? No, it's you have a problem, ma'am, that you needs to go and get extensive counseling, because you have a whole lot of deep issues. I feel really sorry for her. She's basically buying love. And when the Dusty, I don't think it's a Dusty, the Nate, is going to sit at the table and say she invited me to come live in her new house she's building. I mean, for a man to open up his mouth and say that, maybe I'm missing. Maybe, with this whole being innate, I said, maybe I'm the one that's missing it. Maybe this is normal, and I'm the one that's missing it. When he said that, I just couldn't. My ice cream, I'm sure, fell out of my mouth. And he said like nothing was okay. So Stacia has already decided this is it. And we know what the spoiler says, but we're still reviewing the show, okay? He's it. She's already decided. She changed her name, and she's going to keep his name regardless if they stay together or not. You don't see something wrong with that, ma'am? You don't see an issue with you keeping a man's name that you was married to for 8 weeks, even if it doesn't work out. And I did not appreciate her coming for Miguel. Granted, let me just say, I believe these are producer questions. I'm just glad this season everybody is asking questions, not one person. Okay. You know what it is with Stacia? Miguel is the type of man she wants, as in accomplishment department. Okay. We know Miguel is weird and whatever. I don't, somebody call him a purr. I don't think he's that. We know he's weird and he's socially awkward. Okay. But Stacia wants a man like Miguel who is so accomplished that he's accomplished. But she can't attract the Miguels, minus his weirdness. All she can attract are Dusties, Pookies, Ray Rays, and Tyrone. That's all Stacia can attract. She's not able to attract the well-accomplished man who wants a feminine, soft wife who will allow him to lead and take control. Because she already said, I got to be in control. Okay. Her coming from Miguel, or what about you? We don't know nothing about you. And I'm like, I didn't understand the question, because I'm like, what do you mean? Why, first of all, why are you asking somebody else's wife, husband that question? Why you don't ask your Pookie husband sitting right next to you, so excited he's going to be moving into your house? Granted, this is all produced. I feel like it's all producer pointed out. Okay. Now, Kristen, I was a little confused with her. I just cannot get over how disrespectful she was to this dress. Okay. Kristen is another one. I mean, in all of Married at First Sight history, I ain't never seen more desperate and thirsty woman than I have in Kristen and Stacia. And the bad thing is they're almost 40. I mean, I don't think I've ever seen it. Like Lindy, I can cut Lindy a little bit of slack because she's still young in her 20s. I could cut her a little bit of slack. But these two 40-year-olds, y'all need to go to counseling. Y'all need to go to counseling. And I didn't understand what Kristen was saying when they got back to the room. He was pouncing on her. What is that he was doing in her? And she gonna talk about her, Mitch, that we can't close, but we held. I don't believe it for 1 minute. Because Kristen, has already threatened Mitch. If I don't have sex or I love you from you, I'm filing for divorce. So you gonna force a man to have sex with you and force him to say I love you, or else you're gonna file for divorce. Like, you don't see something wrong with that, Kristen. And Kristen, I'm telling you, I am so confused with her daddy girls thing. I don't understand it because, again, I don't understand how your daddy girl, but daddy didn't pay for your wedding with the bomb. You have all these secrets keeping from your daddy. I don't understand it. Maybe in your mind you're daddy's girl, but the proof is in the pudding, Kristen. The proof is in the pudding, and she just wants somebody to love her and accept her. And I think I said Mitch and Kristen was going to be like Ryan and Brett. I just don't think he finds her attractive. And Kristen comes off as really hard. I mean, almost as hard as Morgan. Morgan is the hardest one on the show this season. I mean, she's a dude. I'm sure Morgan is a dude. Okay. So Kristen is a little confusing for me. And see, a lot of women are like, Kristen, you just can't understand why he's not attracted to you because you're not his type. He don't like you. But it's okay. It is okay because you go meet somebody who is going to love you and accept you for who you are. Let's move on to Miguel and Lindy. Now, I totally agree. I don't think, Lindy, you should have slept with him. Okay? Because that's all Miguel wants. That's all he wants. Okay? And I think Lindy is one of those people-pleasing person who will do what she needs to do to please somebody. And it was interesting what she said when she grew up in a judgmental environment where there was so judgment around sex, and she didn't want the girls judging her. She just want them to be supportive of her. And I totally understand that, but I do believe that Lindy gave in for pressure. But then again, girl, I'm just saying, if that was me, okay, after that massage, he knew exactly what to do to get her to open up the popcorn cabinet. But another thing is, he's seeing Miguel seem like he's really putting in the work to get the kitty versus Nate, who got it on the wedding night. I don't care what y'all say. They slept together I don't care nothing. You can't convince me. You cannot convince me after this they didn't sleep together. Okay, she's busy over here buying love. You can move into my house. I'll get the snake for you. You could just sit right here and be pretty, Nate. I'll do everything for you. I'll be in control. I'll even come over there and pack up your stuff and drive the U-Haul and pack the U-Haul and put your stuff in here, okay? He's busy taking Instagram picture, but Miguel is putting in the time to get the cookie. He's really putting in the time while Nate is busy being cute. Now, these two right here, let me tell you, Alexis ain't gonna stay with him. This crybaby. And no, we are not saying we don't want men to cry. You could cry at when a baby's born, when your mama died, when your daddy died, when somebody died, when the kids graduate for. But I don't need you crying every day. I don't need you seeing the sunset and start crying. I don't need you to see the tree start turning fallish and start crying. I just, that's not what I need. And this, somebody say they think they knew each other before the show because it makes no sense how you're, oh, I know who you are and I know what you deserve and blah 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 blah. That's a possibility. That's a possibility that they knew each other. But the way he's going in crying about being, it's just kind of confusing to me. And I ain't never seen no man cry, not even Zach. Granted, Zach had reasons to cry because Michaela was, beating him up. So I just don't understand why all the crying. There's no way you're this. I don't even think women are this emotional. I'm very emotional and I don't cry like that. I just don't. It's confusing to me. I don't know if it's producers driven or what it is, but something is just off. And let me just go ahead and say this about Justin. Justin, we gonna need the baby pictures. I'm sorry. We need the baby pictures. We need the baby pictures. Now, either he lost a whole lot of weight, he lost too much weight or something. And I guess I could see when he was late. Did y'all see when he was laying on the bed? You could see the little hole punches in his stomach because a couple of the girls of the job did the thing, the gastric or whatever, and they still have the hole punches. But he lost too much weight. Man, boobs is supposed to be hanging off of him like that. I mean, he has full-blown boobs. You could nurse a baby. So I'm just saying, we gonna need the baby pictures. I need to see the baby pictures, okay? But I think, and I said this, go back and watch my video. I think Alexis is gonna get tired of him being so emotional. Justin is like Lil Michael. Lil Michael whines about every little thing, cry. Oh, I was coming down the stairs and I hit my baby toe. Mommy, I need a Band-Aid. Okay. Justin is going to be like that, where he cries everything and Alexis is going to get tired of him crying and whining and carrying on. And she's just going to be like, I just cannot with this bull. This is too much. I need me a man's man. Nothing wrong with crying now. Because I think some of y'all think because we're saying he cried too much, what you hear is we're saying we don't want men to cry. No, I wouldn't. I want a man that cry. I wouldn't be with a man who doesn't cry or who doesn't get emotional or who doesn't, I couldn't do that. But I think she's gonna be tired. Now, this is interesting. Somebody says Stacia acting like relationship, a business deal. She got a baby and they get the lifestyle. That's what she's going to do. Unfortunately, I know a lot of women like Stacia, a lot of older women, a lot of super masculine. They don't get it. So they have to get a Pookie, a Ray, Tyrone, or a Dusty she takes care of him, pay all the bills, and he gets a baby. I've known a couple of ladies that have done that. That's not what they want, but that's what they end up getting. Unfortunately for her, she's gonna get, that's what she's gonna get. He's not a man's man. He's looking for somebody he said it. I want a boss lady. I want a boss lady because and he he's using those specific words. Notice he didn't ask for a feminine woman. He want a boss, and he know a boss is going to take care of him and pay all the bills and he can sit around and be cute all day. And she's going to work 55 jobs and work nonstop to keep him. Nate is going to be a kept husband. It's so sad. And I know the Dusty is sitting up there being pissed because Marla was like, oh, hell no, I ain't going to do that. See, I think Stacia is way more desperate than, I don't think Marla was desperate. But Stacia, she desperate bad. She desperate for a man and the baby. And I just think she's going to just accept it. I'm going to take care of him. He's going to be my kept man as long as I get my baby. Okay, we want this baby in a year. Okay, y'all, tell me what you think. Again, I'm not sure. I'm going to try to come on later. But I'm not sure if I'm going to get to come on because I have vacation Bible school with the kids, and it usually lasts about an hour, maybe 30 minutes or 45 minutes. But if I get to come on afterwards, then I'll come on because I want to hear what y'all say and what y'all thoughts are. But for this week, I'm just really annoyed with the whole BINH situation. I just don't understand why it's not okay for him not to want somebody who doesn't have a good relationship with her father or is not financially free. It's not Morgan's fault that she doesn't have a relationship with her father. But it doesn't mean because it's not her fault that he wants that. That's not what he wants. And I think it's okay. I love you. I adore you. Let me hear your comments. I'll be in the comments today. Today's Tuesday. This is Tuesday, right? I'll be in the comments today, so let me know what you think. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Love you, love you, love you. Be sure to subscribe and thumbs up. Share this out if you can. Bye.